As much as we have embraced yoga as part of a regular lifestyle, we see it as a path of spiritual enlightenment. Sharing the same sentiments, I introduce to you our yoga instructor for this season, Duncan, as he talks to us about his journey with Hinduism and its ancient practice of yoga. Yoga is a spiritual discipline that has its roots in Hindu philosophy and is available universally to anyone. Yoga is also practiced to attain a higher state of consciousness. Today I am paying a visit to the Sarvadharma ashram, where we're going to learn about the techniques of yoga through Duncan. Most of the time you spend teaching and training yoga to children at the Sarvadharma ashram. Yes. Is this a means of bringing the community together whilst also promoting healthiness and fitness to the youth?
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't realize that there were 5,000 children being fed here, that there's an empowerment program for women, that this ashram has an amazing set of rooms that you can come and stay in and just be part of this work that's being done. I realized that this is a beautiful, beautiful place in order to help also the children. So here we are on the top of the Sarvadharma ashram, and we're going to be practicing some asanas today, which are postures. We have two young people who practice with us at the ashram. This young man has been with the ashram for many years. So we're going to show you now the tree posture, which is called Vrikshasana.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
I grew up in Cape Town, and I left South Africa, in fact, during apartheid to live in exile, because I would have had to go into the national service. And I was always a peaceful boy and an activist for the rights of animals as well. So war to me wasn't a thing I was going to go into. So I had to leave South Africa, and initially I was a drama teacher, in fact, in the UK, in Cambridge. And then I eventually ran my own drama school in Ireland and came back to South Africa in 2005 to run a drama school in Cape Town. So that's my one life, but during the course of this I started to realize that I was really stressed out, and I then realized that I needed something to de-stress myself, and I dipped into this yoga, and from then my journey has started, and
your life has changed.
Yeah, my life has
Then,
changed.
if you can, you're going to see if you can bring your heel up as high as you can, up your leg, without compromising the knee joint, if you can. So try and void the knee joint, and then you're going to bring your hands to the heart center. And when you're ready and you feel the balance, you're going to slowly take the hands up. Keep looking at the floor in front of you and stretch up with your hands. Try and stretch to the sky and feel the grounding in the left foot into the ground.
Now, yoga can be interpreted in many ways. Some may see it as spiritual bliss, others may see it as an exercise to improve their health, and some may see it as mastering the asanas. But what does yoga mean to you? What can yoga teach us? And do you think it can transform lives?
In my own discovery of yoga, I've realized that these beautiful ancient teachings have come from way back, nearly 4,000 years ago, and they've even found some sculptures in the Indus Valley of people sitting in Padmasana, the lotus position, and but then the Vedic teachings started to show this beautiful practice of yoga. Now, the understanding in the West is that it's just a purely physical exercise, but for me it's a much deeper. It's a path to self-realization. And this is the way I teach my yoga here in Durban, and when I was teaching in Cape Town as well, is to help people on this journey of self-realization.
Duncan, I am aware that you studied yoga in India. Hence, take me through your journey towards Hinduism and yoga, and what was the pulling factor for you?
So my initial journey to India took me to Mysore, or Mysuru, and on that journey, it was just about to go and discover more about yoga. So I went to study a yoga teacher's course, but not with the intention of teaching yoga, just to deepen my knowledge about these philosophies and understanding. And through that, my life transformed. And I think for me, going to the source of yoga, India, is for any yoga teacher, it's the best bet.
And so now we're going to come into the posture or asana called Bhujangasana. So we're going to come to lie on our stomachs. But before that, we're just going to learn the resting posture, Makarasana. So you bring your hands one on top of each other, you rest your head onto your hands, and you take your feet as wide as the mat, if not wider, and turn the toes to face out.
So this ashram is helping and empowering young people from very difficult circumstances in the community. And the yoga is part of this. It's part of the children learning discipline, disciplining their minds, calming their minds, giving them skills to help them in their studies. And also keeping them fit as well. So it has a huge benefit in the community here.
Closing off, Duncan, you come from a different racial background and a different cultural identity. So do you think Hinduism is a way of life, and can any other race adapt to Hinduism easily?
That is such a beautiful question. Yes, Hinduism is a beautiful way of life. The philosophies of India, as I like to call them, because Hinduism was a term that was given by the Mughals and the British to bring together a whole series of beautiful philosophies of how to live our life. And if you read the Vedas or any of the ancient texts, you'll see some beautiful teachings of how to live our life, be happy and content. So yes, it is, anyone can become part of this, and this is what I love about these ancient teachings.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us. It was a pleasure, Duncan. I'm sure your yoga practice as well as this ashram is going to continue growing strength to strength.
Yeah, well, we hope so. So this for me is my seva, so my service. We want to try and bring as many people to do yoga as possible.
That's lovely, Duncan. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Namaste.
Namaste.
And then bring the hands to the heart center. Place the hands on the hips and bring the foot down. Part the legs and grab the left wrist with the right hand. And close the eyes and just feel the energy moving through your body, either as warmth or cold, a vibration, or maybe even a sound.